Okay. A smidge late, but not too bad. I am back. Back with streaming. Freak snowstorm. Record breaking snowstorm knocked out power at my house for over 2 days. So there was nothing I could do. I had to go to a hotel. Couldn't even really stay at home because it was starting to get real cold. Welcome back. Oh, thanks. So the game today is Spirit Swap, or I guess it won't say it again if I go back to the title screen, or it says Lo-Fi Chill Beats to match 3-2. But it's like, what if we made a match 3 game and then just made it real rad? And then made it sexy. Hey, Samar. Hey, Ishk. What's up with you? You look kinda down. This is what down looks like for him, I guess. I've been hitting a plateau with my spirit swapping lately. You know how it is. Let me turn that audio up. You do the same routine over and over and your muscles get bored. What a bummer. Can I do anything to help? Maybe you could show me your form. Get me inspired again. Nobody swaps spirits like you do. Yeah, sure, I can show you a thing or two. And the Hypnotoad is here. So, this game plays at, just like, if you're familiar, Panel de Pawn, which is one of my favorite Match 3 games. Doesn't mean I'm any good at it, but like, I do like it. No, that won't do. Because you really want to set up combos. Yeah, like that. And the really crazy thing about Panel de Pawn is that you can you can move pieces as they're falling. Like, your controls aren't taken away. When it's time for things to fall down. It says power-ups are ready, but I don't know how to use them. There we go. That's like a combo. Jamming. Slamming and jamming. No, you behave. Get down from there. There. That's much more responsible of you, pieces. Very nice. Okay, so I just press triangle on that shape and it clears it for me when I have the power ready. Interesting. Which means bam, and then it does extra things. That's neat, that's really neat. shape patterns that are normally really disadvantageous become actually good to see when you have the right powers. I thought I was going to be able to get a combo there, but couldn't quite figure it out. Now there's got to be something there. I guess not. There's a combo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. I couldn't quite set that up to be a double. That's a nice combo. Oh, I almost got that. Right. But not quite. Thought I could do something there. People who are really good at these games can see like 8 moves ahead instantly. It's really nuts. Especially the things you can do when you start making use of filling in combos as pieces fall. When you start doing that, you can start making some really nutty combos that otherwise seemed impossible. Nope. Oops. I think I can definitely handle more than speed 1 now, though, now that I'm warmed up. Let's advance the board a few spaces. Nice. That wasn't quite anything. That wasn't quite a real hit. When you get, like, to the point I'm at in these sorts of games, you know, where you're kind of decent at them, but you're nothing really impressive. It's like, oh, I know there's a combo I can do there, I just don't see how. I almost got a full clear. Yeah. Let's wait till this gets high and then hit it. Bammo. I didn't set off any chain reactions. I wasn't looking carefully enough to see if it would or not, but it just kind of felt like it might, you know? Oh, I'm all out of juice. Gotta get more juice. That got me some good juice. Excuse me. I need to go get tissues. I'm kind of sniffly. Be right back. Okay, back to it. Come on, there's gotta be something. How do I do this? Not like that. Aw. But yeah, you see some of the really crazy combos that pros of these sorts of games do, and you know, it's like they match one and then it's times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6, times 7, and they clear like the whole board in one cascade. It's super impressive to watch. If I had been paying more attention, I could have gotten more cascade there. I know I messed that up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, I can't get a full clear. There's one fire left over. Sometimes in games like this, if you can clear the whole board before more things appear, you get like a huge point bonus, because it's really hard to do something like that, and usually takes a lot of planning. Well, more realistically, it takes a lot of luck. Funny when you're trying to go for some sort of combo, and as you're setting it up, something clears, and you're like, wait, no, I didn't mean it! I didn't want to clear those blocks. Why can't they just get along? Oh, come on, there's gotta be... Hey, I got a little bit. I'm like, oh, come on, look, it's perfect. Whoops! I kept looking for things and I didn't find it. And that's it for the demo. Ah, this is just a demo. I guess it is in the top right. But if you enjoyed what we do, please take a moment to fill out a quick feedback survey. Sure. It just opens a thing in my browser. But I'll do this real quick. Let's get music playing.
Spirit swap. Lo-fi beats to match 3-2.
Shame it's just a demo, because it is really fun. Which of these games have you played before? Yeah. How likely are you to recommend Spirit Swap's Endless Mode to a friend? Yeah. Scale 1 to 5. How would you rate your understanding of how to play Endless Mode? I've literally played it before because it's just paneled upon. I guess that's the issue, is that it is just paneled upon. It's like, can you describe what this spell means? As saying that, they're trying to make sure that people understand how the spells work. I would say, like, for the square spell, when there is a 2x2 set of matching tiles, press the magic button to clear them and gain an additional effect. I can use the square spell. Headliner. Can I change what spells I have? Oh. Nah, but that's what Headliner looks like. The icon is not very indicative. When a tile is surrounded by 4 adjacent tiles that match each other, press the magic button to clear a cross shape containing those tiles. That's how I'd describe it, I think. If you played any previous Spirit Swap demos, meter on the left side is your magic. It fills when making matches and depletes when using magic. Were there any parts you found confusing? No. What's your rated difficulty? Average. It's like, what did you enjoy most, and what did you enjoy least? The best and worst parts are that it is paneled upon. The issue you're going to run into is that, why play this when you could play the established paneled upon games on SNES or N64? Right now, there's nothing really making it stand out, although besides the magic. So what you need to do is expand the magic to allow the player more controls for creating better combos. For example, if I may, freezing some blocks in place, such as if you hit the magic button while there's no set of blocks that can be removed with magic, it will cause that block to freeze and not fall under gravity until you hit the magic button again. And then that would allow players to set up combos that would not be possible in paneled upon. So beyond just allowing them to clear blocks easier, you need to use the magic system to allow gameplay that was fundamentally not possible before. Now I gotta write that down. order to differentiate itself. The magic system needs to be expanded to allow plays that are fundamentally impossible in vanilla. Versions of the game. While clearing extra blocks can create new possibilities, it's not enough to really set it apart. Instead, imagine a spell that freezes a block in space and so won't fall due to gravity until releasing the spell. That way, players can make combos that would be fundamentally impossible in the original games. Furthermore, this would allow for very creative puzzle modes where the objective is to clear all blocks on the screen while other paneled upon games have this feature. The magic system would allow for greater depth and complexity to really tickle the brains of puzzle connoisseurs. I don't know how to spell connoisseur. Puzzle enthusiasts. Lacking a battle mode at the moment is highly noticeable, since that is the main mode of existing paneled upon games. In particular, you would probably want to include battle mechanics not present in those games, rather than just copying the garbage mechanic Instead, lean into the magic system and have attacks alter the existing playing field to mess with the opponent. Changing colors of blocks on the field or freezing them in place for a time could be possible disruptions that would give the game a unique identity. There, I think I did. I think I did some real good there. Where you find yourself using a certain strategy to play. Like how I would play. Paneled upon. I looked for opportunities to combo clears. To make clear combos. How would I even describe that? The game lacking any feedback for such a feat is unfortunate. There should be some UE element that shows players how effective their strategies are, showing how many blocks were cleared at once. That's something the Paneled Upon has that this is just missing too. Encounter any bugs? I did not encounter bugs, but I'm gonna play some more, and we'll see, like, right. And then I'll submit this later. Any last feedbacks? The style of the visuals is impeccable. Highly unique. And sets it apart and gives the game a memorable identity. At the moment, though, the gameplay does not. And the music is only adequate. Players have expectations set high when they hear the phrase lo-fi beats. Since that term is used to advertise music. If your music is not at least similar in quality to, it's like when you see those sorts of videos, right? It's someone just making music, just sharing music. But in this case, the music has to exist alongside the game. And so it may not have been given the same sort of budget, the same sort of talent that those videos have. If your music is not good enough to stand on its own, players are going to be disappointed. And at the moment, it is not good enough to stand alone. And needs the listener to be distracted by gameplay And visuals. To be well received. Alright, let's get back to the game. Puzzle enthusiast, yeah. Kinda silly. Alright, let's try a higher difficulty. I can do that. 5. Sheesh! Chill, spicy. Sheesh! Vibe. Yeah, there's no other spells available. Alright, let's try a higher difficulty. And one thing this game's really got going for it that most puzzle games do not is really nice art and visuals. So that should probably be more emphasized. Which you can do by including things like a story mode. You know, where you battle or otherwise interact with a bunch of characters. Doing that gives more meaning to the nice art than just having it kind of be there and be, oh, that's nice. Oh. I lost my squares attack. I was monkeying around with things, waiting for a better opportunity to use it. I losed it. The freeze that you get when you make clears is really short and notably does not increase when you make big combos. The way other games do it is that they freeze the board longer for longer combos, and then you can hit the force advance button to like get things back. This means that in order to survive longer, you're incentivized in this to make really small plays, since everything gives you the same amount of freeze anyway, and that is not what you want to be doing. So I'll add that to the review. Like, I am all for good match 3 games, so I would love to be at least somewhat responsible for making a good one even better. I'd love that. And right now, this is, by all rights, a good match 3 game, but only because it's using the bones of an already good game. And a lot of the things it's doing either don't add or actively take away from that quality, which is not what you want to see. But considering the talent in the art, I can easily see the developers having enough talent on hand to make a really wonderful game. If you don't want to use the usual system of longer freezes, I had a thought. If you don't want to use the system of longer freezes from bigger combos, what you can do is include a spell with a dedicated button that, like, either stops or even reverses the tiles. So that when you make big combos and you get more magic, you have something that can just tell the game, like, hey, I need a moment, I need a breather. You can even call it, like, the lo-fi spell, that can slow down, stop, or even reverse the scrolling of the tiles. I think that would be nicely thematic as well as a unique identity for the game, which would help it a lot. As well as reward skilled play, which the game at the moment kind of doesn't. Additionally, things like showing how much score different moves are making is really important. Because in general, at the moment, I don't see any particular motivation for big combos other than for their own sake. And as you can see, on higher difficulties, the game suddenly starts to feel even impossible. Because of the lack of mechanics to slow things down in response to skilled play. Because what you really don't want players doing is just making match 3s in your match 3 game, funnily enough. Because that's honestly kind of boring. You don't want them to be doing that. You want them to go for combos, because that's more engaging. It's more memorable, it's more fun. But if you don't reward them properly, they're not going to do it. The spell system is a good start, but it needs a lot more. Obviously it needs more. I mean, there's 3 slots, but there's only 2 spells at the moment in the game. So obviously they want to include more. But they need to be more fundamental than just clearing difficult blocks. They need to do something really unique, rather than just, at the moment, being sort of a secondary combo shape to go for. Or in some rare cases, a panic button that helps with some otherwise bad situations. Including magic spells that clear difficult shapes would help. Yeah, see, I tried to go for something fancy and it killed me. That clear difficult shapes, or that make difficult shapes, and then clear an odd sort of blocks. Like if you had to make a really wild shape of, like, you know, a cross and then a star sort of formation with blocks without clearing them, and then hit the magic spell, that should reward you with things that highly randomize the playing board. Like, oh, this will remove all the color of block you used and one other one at random, and then that will probably cause a cascade effect. So players will want to go for that even though it's difficult to achieve. That's the sort of thing that you want to do. Another way, incidentally, another way of separating this from panel to pawn is just don't use the horizontal tile switcher. Don't switch a tile left and right. You could switch the tiles up and down, or even diagonally. Or even if just in the battle mode, the inevitable battle mode, one of the attacks could be to switch your opponent's style, their cursor. If they are left-right, now they're up-down, and have to play for 10, 20, 30 seconds like that. Well, that would probably mess them up, now wouldn't it? Making the other player adapt on the fly to changes in the board or even into their inputs is what can help stop a competitive puzzle game from getting stale. Because if two very skilled players are going against each other in these sorts of things, sometimes it just sort of goes forever because they're both too good to ever die by the mechanics of the game. So let's add in to the survey a couple things, and then we'll call it. It's short, but I mean, obviously it's a good game. Also, at the moment, there is too little incentive to go for big plays. Without showing how many points are earned from different moves, players aren't going to, I am messing up all this typing, aren't going to feel rewarded. Additionally, in other paneled upon games, bigger combos stop the game board for a longer period of time. Allowing for recovery in the event that the board gets out of control. This game totally lacks such features. So the best way to survive is to string together simple three-point clears, which lowers engagement. If you didn't want to copy paneled upon systems, here a suggestion. Create a spell with a dedicated button that costs magic and slows down, stops, or even reverses the scrolling of the tiles. That way, players who are getting overwhelmed can use their accumulated magic to save themselves, incentivizing big plays in a way unique to your game's systems. One last suggestion is to change the cursor. There is no rule saying that you have to allow swapping tiles from the left and right. You could make the cursor vertical or even diagonal, and it would totally change how players would interact with the board. Even experts paneled upon would suddenly find themselves fighting their own muscle memory, which would force them to learn the game anew, increasing engagement. There. Submit it. Response has been recorded. I wrote a lot. It's a fun game. It's just, just a demo. And I hope I was able to teach a little bit about how to make your game unique. Because that's the issue with indie games, is that essentially you gotta do something unique to stand out, because you're probably not going to be doing anything the best. You just don't have the manpower. So instead, you gotta be different. You gotta wear the funny hat. If you're not wearing a funny hat, the people with the funny hats are going to stand out more than you, and the taller people, the big devs, are also going to be the ones picked instead of you. But if you got the funniest hat, you might just be picked for Let's Make a Deal, and that's your chance. And then you show them everything: the costume, the personality, the jokes, the skill and talent. Once you got them in, them in with the funny hat, then you've got a chance. And right now, the only funny hat is the unique art. The music isn't living up to its title. The gameplay is just paneled upon. So, you got some dealy boppers, but lots of people got dealy boppers. You need the funny hat. You gotta make it yourself. And that would be how you stand out. And I feel talent from these devs. I feel like they can do it. And that's something you just gotta feel out. It's not anything, like, not really any concrete evidence for that sort of thing. But I think they can do it. And I hope, that survey was put there last year. I hope that they read that and get something out of it. Because I look forward to what they can do with a full release. Something I might even pay dollars for. If the game is significantly improved compared to the demo, that's worth money. Anyway. Tomorrow's game. Let's see. It's like I remember. Oh, yes. The Adventures of Wolf and Hood puzzle. I found literally just a jigsaw puzzle game. Like, it's jigsaw puzzle depictions of Red Riding Hood. That's it. Like, that sounds... It's like... on one side, it's like totally not interesting, but on the other side, there's jigsaw puzzles in this bundle? I didn't know that. Let's check them out. So